It turns out you've been filmed 24/7 for the last month, and all the footage has just been sent to everyone you know. What's something they now know about you that they didn't before? Probably that I spend too much time browsing useless garbage and not enough time working or learning. I spend a lot of time just staring off into space with my eyes glazed over. How much I pick my nose. The absurd amount of time I spend on Reddit. I also got a nasty flu thing. So 2 weeks of this video will just be me actually laying on a couch dying and watching really bad reality TV. The sheer level of offensive curse word content I've been saying around the clock as I get used to life in a wheelchair. I am not as chill and inexpressive as I pretend to be for my coworkers. I just save my crying and raging for when I'm alone. It's a lot of crying. My life is really boring. I hope they enjoy watching me cook, clean, and browse the internet. And how much I just sit and do absolutely nothing. I just realized it recently. It's honestly pretty cool how sad I am all the time. Working on it though. How little I actually sleep. That I consistently beat my meat 4 to 6 times a day. That I get scared before I go to sleep in my pitch black room. That I jerk off every day when I was asleep. I shower naked. That I am ignoring texts because I'm sad, and not because I'm busy and didn't see them. Edit. Thank you so much for the silver and gold. I seem interesting and fun at work, but at home I just lay in bed watching YouTube videos to keep the depression at bay until my body forces me to fall asleep. I can't be by myself without something to distract me, otherwise I get suicidal. That any notion of me being interesting is completely and utterly debunked. I accidentally murdered my pet spider named Billy I've had for 5 minutes, then cried the entire day. I have probably some explaining to do about my prawn habits. How much I talk to myself when I'm alone. Edit. Thank you for the medal. Edit. Thank you for the gold medal. I jerk off a lot. That I own a bad dragon. I like to walk around my apartment naked with my slong in my hand. Till many of you guys cry when you're alone. They would hopefully see how hard I'm trying to pull my life together. That I'm gay. Whoops. I sleep a lot and don't eat often. I am 2 ducks and a squirrel in a trench coat. I cry a lot when I'm by myself. I also visit dungeons. How much time I spend on this god or nap without posting a single thing. Cry and sleep a lot. How much medication I take. That I often tell myself I'm going to start doing something positive, things that will improve my life, but instead I end up laying in bed all day. And when I say I'm too busy to hang out, I'm also just in bed still. How much I cry. In that I listen to guided hypnosis subliminal message while I sleep to help implant the idea that I am worthy of love. Just how ugly I am is you're just trying to siphon the information out of me anyways. Without the footage, you can't prove anything. Fuck off. Well, now everyone knows I sing weird garbage to my dog and partner, and dance about naked. That I stay on Reddit until 11 o'clock at night when I should have been asleep 2 hours ago. Depends on who the person I know is. If it's people from work, they are in for a shock. If it's the people at the kink party I was at yesterday, then no shock. I masturbate 10 times a day and I get to work 2 hours early. They now know I like to smell my own farts. That I am secretly doing push-ups and crunches every day. I am trying to see if I can meet at least satisfactory medium level on the Navy's physical readiness test, PRT, which would be required to pass Navy basic training. I am considering joining the Navy, but I don't want to upset my family members by telling them this unless I am confident that I can pass the PRT. I read the 9/11 thread and then some things about it online. Got scared, so I put my night light on, as if the terrorists would come and get me in the middle of the night. Or the day. Fell asleep quickly, so that was good. That what my slong and balls look like. That I don't have a life. I often explain things out loud to my cat as if he is my student of life. my drug habits, my insatiable sexual kinks, and all the stupid garbage I do with my dog. Just how very much weed I smoke. I am a pathetic losser just like they thought. After taking a mean garbage I use 2 layers of wet wipes to keep the turd scent from sticking to my hand. I pee all the time. I eat less than suspected. I pick my nose a lot. I jerk off a lot. Way more than my friends probably think I do. I narrate my everyday mundane activities as if I am YouTuber doing a live stream this year. How much longer my slong actually is when erect. I always wipe my feet off before going to bed. I talk to myself when I'm lonely. I spend much of my free time naked. And I work out regularly. What? I've had my interesting life already. I like simple better. Crying and being weird because I hug pillows a lot. My poop has been really green recently. The same color as grass but maybe brighter. Someone explain that I'm pregnant. How much I cry and masturbate. As 2 separate things, not together. Sheesh, I worded that badly. I have a habit of taking homeless people on little shopping sprees at gas stations when I'm really drunk. Sometimes even having them into my home if they seem nice enough. That I'm bisexual. My obsession with Pepsi Man. I bring the electric razor downstairs and shave my legs over a newspaper in the kitchen to entertain my parrot. He leans over the edge of his play stand as far as possible and watches the whole process from start to finish and is completely mesmerized. I don't know which of us needs a life more. I wear woman's knickers. That when I said that I procrastinated by lying on my bed and staring at my empty wall for hours, I wasn't joking. And I do it more than they would guess. That I wipe standing up. That my girlfriend chokes me during sex. My fetish. Honestly, I don't think anybody would be bothered to watch it so they wouldn't find out anything interesting. When I use the restroom this year, I just play on my phone for like 30 minutes and forget that I had my TV on. I sleep without pillow and with earbuds while listening to some stupid conspiracy theory. That I'm into BDS, monsieur. People see me as a very sweet girl. Well, I am, just not all the time. I wear diapers. Like, just for fun. I fap to things I shouldn't fap to. I cry when my fish die. I'm a lot lazier than people know. That I am psychotic, cry a lot and basically just shower once a week cause of debilitating depression. My mom would finally have proof that I do, indeed, not get enough protein in my diet. They'd know I have a bad habit of stripping thick skin off of my foot at night before I sleep. They'd also know I don't care about my appearance when I'm at home compared to when I'm outside. I'm a lefty, if ya know what I'm saying. I found the cameras on the first day. That I have the kind POF friends who like to watch a fat guy get high and masturbate. But how little personal life I have. That I work naked in my home office. How sad I have been the past few months. I'm working on it. How much time I spend crying and the amount of times I have tried to kill myself. I will sue whoever decided to film me without my consent in the first place. I talk to my snake like a baby. I also call him a good dog. That I've secretly been preparing for a doctoral program this year. I'm applying this summer to get in next year. My family is kind anti-school and I have a lot of student debt as is. That I talk and joke to my cats and laugh and vent and cry and often pretend they understand me based on their expressions. How much Belle Delphine content I consume. I'm actually really not that interesting. Despite how I act when I'm around people, all I really do is watch YouTube and browse the internet and sleep after school. Sometimes I just lay down on my bed and stare into nothing if I'm feeling depressed. I actually don't have a third testicle. How often I pass on going to bars and clubs is to stay home, get stoned and jerk off. And my boss would know how many times I take his micromanagement and ignore it in order to get the job done the right way instead. And I would hope people would gain a new respect for how much hair I have to shave off myself once or twice a week to avoid looking like I have on a hair sweeter all the time. That I literally fart every second when I am home alone. How I talk to myself when watching TV actually makes me happy. That I am on other social network that I don't want to name because Reddit admin's gonna spank me. Literally 24/7. That I'm actually super manipulative.